SillyPseudonym, playing War No Adrift. And someone in the comments asked, I think it was Zero Protagonist. Better not say that until I know for sure. But someone in the comments asked, what happens if you take both Sanctuary and Tempest Break as shield mods? So I'm curious myself, exactly what effects does that have? Let us try it out and see. I will probably want an offensive shield. Some way of dealing damage to the enemy, even if I have to take hidden power soon. So that automatically leans toward Halo, Siphon, Orbital. Alright, do we want Orbital? Do we want Siphon? Or do we want Halo? Halo has faster cooldown. Siphon does do better at penetrating enemy shields. And it can actually recharge itself by dealing damage to the enemy. Orbital has a longer cooldown, but slightly more maximum shields. Let's try the Orbital this time around. And there's a Sentinel, which does decrease our rate of fire, but does increase shield damage, resistance, effect radius, and power. Was hoping for something more in there. But alas, we don't always get what we hope for. Yeah, this will be a tightrope. Trying to get all these shield mods in without as reliable an amount of passive damage from our shields is going to be a little bit tricky. Especially if we don't get any shield mods. Improved thrusters down towards Deadly Wake still is good. We do need Deadly Wake for the Tempest Break. Shield effect race is also nice. Don't know if we want the Radiant shields. The shield cooldown on lower max shields is questionable. On the other hand, it does give us larger radius, so maybe it's better. We do want weaponized shields. Question is, do we want energized shields? Let's focus on what we know we want right now. And what will give us a little more damage. Then we can do the rest. Always nice to get a bit of a convoy here early on. More experience rerolls, what have ye. Blast radius, not sure we want that. We do want the faster shield cooldown though. Do we want the galvanic or volatile? I do like better shield effect power. Is there anything else we really want? Let's just take the galvanic because it's a wild mod. Ooh. Do we want Orbs of Discord or flash shielding? Let's get the flash shielding just because it's in line with what we want. Though we do also want kinetic boost and Aegis for the Sanctuary. So first, let's get flash shielding. Egads. Still a little bit of allergies hanging on. A little bit of a congested sinus. Discharge? Yeah, we can go ahead and take a discharge. I'm fine with this. Well, there's the Tempest Break, not Sanctuary. Further reduces our maximum shields, which is counter-synergetic with Sanctuary, shall we say. Does increase the shield effect power, though. So it's not like it's all bad. It's just a lot bad. The lack of a passive shield cooldown is going to be a bit of an issue. We do eventually want armor. Do we want to over-energize shields? We can pick up one energized shield, especially early on. Yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting one. And by interesting, I mean slightly terrifying. But that can be part of the fun as well. We do not want streamline. Candescence is something, I suppose. Corrosion could help us with crowd control. It's not horribly exciting, though. I was going to say, let's reroll. Is it time to give up our weapon? Since we've taken discharge, I guess we could. Gives us more global damage, hull, shield, shield effect radius, power, and thrust, as well as faster shield cooldown and regeneration. Removes all of our weapon effects. Alright, we'll give it a try. There's the volatile shield, so that will help a little bit. Do need to be careful here. Maybe we should have taken that candescence after all. Go ahead and trigger a shield break so it regenerates. And hope we've made nothing too horrible decision-wise here. Glad to see those. We do want more hull strength, but I think we want kinetic boost to go down to Aegis. And the kinetic boost of itself is a little bit of extra damage as we're moving. Of course, we do require our shield to actually do any damage. Well, technically I guess we could ram enemies, but that is not a particularly effective way of dealing damage. Now, there's the Aegis. We also, I guess, want regeneration to get to regenerative shielding. But I think I want Sanctuary. I still need Barrier for that, though. Well, either way, I need all of these eventually, I assume. Let's get Aegis first. Yeah, we do decent damage when we have our shield. When we don't have our shield, we're in a bit of a pickle. This is almost certainly worse in most situations than just sticking with either the break or the Sanctuary. Of course, we don't have Sanctuary yet, so maybe when we get there, it'll all turn out to have been wonderful. I am admittedly doubtful. I do want more shields. I do want emergency systems, I believe. Galvanic also could be nice, but I think I just want the shield durability right now. More shield health gives us more time to do damage. Cannot say it was not very effective, though. Reflexive shields is not the berry we want, but it's still more max shields, and it gives us another source of damage. So Do we take Omni Shield? Not yet. Not until we have Sanctuary, I don't think. Then do we just take Shield Effect Radius? I suppose. Back again, are we? I guess we could try not to run into mines for no good reason. I guess we could try to use emergency systems as a failsafe, just in case. This does lower our shield cooldown, which I do not like, but it does give us more maximum shields. And we do need it to access Sanctuary. Thanks to already having Aegis, we just need to search for it next time. Let's see if we can get there. It takes so long for our shield to come back. It actually doesn't relative to many default shield cooldown times, but nonetheless, it is... yeah, it's an issue. It's an issue. No. Still no. There we go. Sanctuary. So now our shield does slowly, oh so very slowly, recover over time. We're still going to be breaking it fairly often, I believe. So I guess the question is, do we look for and take Omni Shield? That will lower our health significantly. Our hull health, at least, while improving our shield. It's a question. Do I want Grandeur? I guess I could take one or two, but maybe I should focus on shield effects first. I'm less likely to take Radiant Shields now, I think. That's 10% less cooldown and max shields is a pretty big hit. Let's just take the Focus Shields. Gives up some of that range expansion we took earlier, but it does also significantly improve the power of our shield. Oh dear. Cats' desires of attention always are fun creatures to have. I don't even know how much of that gets picked up by the microphone, but it always makes me tense up like, oh no, it's ruining the audio quality. What do we want here? Candescence could be good. Celestial Lance I'm not interested in. Efficiency. Faster regeneration shield cooldown's not nothing, but it's not incredible either. Not with this strange combination of mods we have. Even less so if we take... oh, hello, Scion. Omni Shield. Which I likely will. Nice to see a boost here. Let's take the emergency systems, just in case. It's a nice way of having a backup. Even though we will probably die if we take Omni Shield and lose our shield, it's still something. Less pleased by these options. Armor's fine. Defense, offensive, yes, is the question here. let's take the armor for now. We're killing enemies fairly well, I think. Discharge is helping keep our orbs active for our shield, but it's not that strong. It's nowhere near as powerful as many of the other builds we've had in that particular regard. And I know I've mentioned this earlier, but just in case anyone wonders, no, you cannot get your shield cooldown below 1 second. So even with emergency systems, you have a 0.2 second moment of vulnerability with the fastest possible shield cooldown. So that is something to consider. You can never ever make yourself invulnerable with emergency systems by just taking a great deal of shield cooldown. Just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Understandable, but I do wish sometimes these things were included in a manual. Though, to be fair, and the developers have mentioned this, the more they've added to the game, the more and more difficult it is to actually keep track of all this and to account for the many different things that can occur. The many different interactions, the way certain enemies will behave with certain weapons, and the way certain constructs will behave with certain weapons and mods. There's just a lot more complexity the more you add, because then there are just that many more interactions to take into account. So I'm glad they've talked about that. On one hand, it's one of those things that is obvious if you think about it. Every time you add something that affects a shield, you have to consider how that will interact with every other possible shield mod. So it's never just as simple as, well, just throw in a mod that does this. More hull, more burn damage. I think it's time we go ahead and take the burn damage. Wish our shield came back even faster. Weaponized shield sounds good to me. We're not getting too close to our enemies in many circumstances, but when we do, we'll have that going for us. Not so happy with these. But we survived them for now. Our shield cooldown has improved dramatically now. So that does help me feel a tad better about our chances of survival. Still not enough to counteract the effects of just holding down the fire button all the time, discharging our shield, but still decent. Do I want conversion? I don't know if conversion makes sense with Omni Shield. Rebuke doesn't make sense either. I don't want streamline. Gemini Protocol, corrosion, or channeling? I think I'm interested in channeling here. Armor improves our shield effect power, so that could be useful. Come back, shield. Thank you. All right. Let's see about you. Oh dear. That was not what I intended. I would have liked to see Omni Shield. but I think we already had a good sense of where that went. If you're going for a discharge build, you probably do want to take Omnishield, but you probably don't want to take Tempest Break. I just don't think it's worthwhile. That's annoying. Anyway, I guess that'll be it for now. I'm going to leave this episode in a higher quality setting, I think. Even though it takes my poor internet pretty much an entire day, literally, to upload it. So, we'll try and see if this is any better, or if it's just not worth the increased upload time. In any event, as ever, thank you all for stopping by.